still today people don't understand the fact that trans people need to express themselves. And by you trying to stop them from expressing themselves because you think you're dealing with security, you're marginalizing people in a space that they're supposed to be safe. Same goes for bisexual people. When someone goes into a bar and you begin whispering, oh, we saw him, you are marginalizing these people. And when sometimes, and this has happened, sometimes when someone feels this is the place I go to feel safe, and then they get there and they are marginalized, then they have nowhere to go. It has happened before in Uganda that people begin fighting the same community they belong to. Do you know why? Because they believe the community has used them and them. Because you pretend that you're creating a safe space for everyone, in actually you're creating a safe space for yourself and who you believe are like you. So if anyone does not identify like you, then you push them aside with other them. And then other them, some people want to fight back and you're finding trouble. Even with trans people say bad things, but sugar, then the bad. So how do we make sure that this movement actually appreciates? And for me, I think it's very easy to appreciate diversity if you belong to the LGBT movement, because you already imagine, you know what discrimination is. So if you already know how discrimination is, so it must be easy for you not to discriminate. But if it's very hard for you not to discriminate when in the LGBT community, I don't see where you get the moral authority to complain about this being discriminated against. Because you belong to the same cocoon of discriminating others.
Identity is who you are, not how you dress. You know, you could, I could wake up today dressed in a man's suit, but I'm a lesbian. So the fact that I've woken up and dressed in a suit does not mean I'm transitioning or I'm trans, because that is not who I am. So gender identity is exactly who you identify as, and it is something. Some other thing that I wanted to address is the misconception that people think people are lesbians because they had bad experiences with men, or they exactly hate men, or maybe they were sexually abused, or they had a bad relationship with a man. There are lesbians I know. Some have, because everyone has their own story. But there are those that have never even dated a man. Right from maybe their teenage age, or when they decide to begin dating, they just dated women. They do not exactly hate men or have any bad experience, or but that is who they identify as.
Lesbians need not to assume that health workers are asking what kind of sex. Because, you know, as health workers, there is need for scientific evidence. There is need for something to come out that indeed you're at risk of something. And as much as we know in Uganda, majority of the health workers, we have no idea what is happening. So I think as much as the gay people came up and we all know about the anal sex, and then research was done, and then all these things about anal sex were put in place, how so much it is risky. I think that's what puts the gay people at the front in health, because basically it is all about anal sex at the end of the day. If these gay guys are having oral sex, then we are not as much scared as when they're having anal sex. So I think lesbians should also not feel so offended to come out and talk about the sex, kind of sex, because it helps us to also argue about certain things that, you know, yes, this is indeed risky. There is one thing I see in the lesbian kind of sex. To me, it is always unprotected. So I think all we have to tell the public out there that our sex is always unprotected. Because how would we protect it? There is no, even if it is oral sex, even if it's about, Rita told me about binning. I don't know how the binning thing works, but somewhere, scissor thing. So all we have to mention to the people out there is that our sex is totally unprotected. Whether it is simple sex, whether it is body rubbing or what, it is unprotected. So as long as sex is unprotected, it is equal to any risk. So we are equally at risk. You're equally at risk of contracting HIV, because this kind of sex is kind of unprotected. But otherwise, also us, the health workers, we need to know the kind of sex. We may not want to say, no, but it is secret, it is this. yes, it's a secret, but if we can convince them by telling them this is what happens. I mean, if, yes, you have called us for this meeting and at the end of the day you want to hear about our sex, yes, bin to bin happens like this, and there will be fluid exchange. And then these people are going to move on to start looking, Googling about it, and probably it will come out very clear to the health workers that lesbians are also at
Sexual violence and issues to do with sex are so intimate. No one would want to come and tell you that I was raped. Yeah? To tell you even a lawyer friend or someone who may understand that, or even a doctor, you know, the very few rapes or many rapes that go unreported. But what we would want to encourage is if someone is raped, whether you're just in a trouser, or you have beards, or you're male, because male also face rape. Yes. Yeah? The most important thing is to report it. A criminal case, you need to prove that you know, of course we're still fighting the issue of proving as a victim to prove that you really raped, yeah? But we still have the weakness in the law, in the sense that you must produce evidence to show that you were actually raped. But the most important thing that a person can do is to report a case. Once you have reported, the case goes, is taken away from you. It becomes a state case because now it is the state that is supposed to prosecute, investigate, arrest, you know, the perpetrator and do what they're supposed to do. Now, I know the attitude of police, not only on issues of LGBT, but the attitude generally of police. But then what do? Do you go and sit and say, oh, they're going to look at me and judge me, and you do not report? If you don't have the attitude of being proactive, if I should say, yeah, to go and report the case, police will not come and find you wherever you are and say, oh, we heard that you are raped, we heard you there. You get my point? So you have to take a step. Police attitude is bad. We all know that. Not only in that case of rape or LGBT issues. The police attitude is bad. But there are also mechanisms where police can be forced to investigate. Or there are mechanisms where there can be, you know, private prosecution, you know, like a lawyer or someone joins you or joins the state to ensure that your case is properly handled.
I think just to add to what you were saying, you know, a crime is a crime. And what we should do, I think, with our community members, especially in the lesbian community, is to encourage them, actually tell them that no matter what your sexual orientation is, when something like that has happened, yes, it is so emotional, taxing, it is so, sometimes it is so ashaming, or most times it is so ashaming. But to what end do you actually want to get, you know, justice served on your side? So we should also encourage our members, put mechanisms as a community on how do we get this information from maybe the victim, okay, to get it to the authorities. The victim may not have the will to go to police, but how do you help them, actually encourage them to have that courage to go to police and ensure that this is actually
And also from the health, my question to the health expert was, what do they do before they even report? Because
I was
even if you're saying that, she will say, no, the way I look, I will not go to police.
I know. So what I was saying, before I go there, even at the end of the day, you will need the numbers. You need the statistics at police. If you're to put these things around, ask you how many are being raped, and how many did you report to police, and you're like 0. Is police very far away from you, or police is so intimidating? But nobody has even tried to go there. At least come back and say, I was totally frustrated by police. So we need to go to the police. We may not get justice at the end of the day, but you need to go there at whatever level. But anyway, where I was coming to, from there, of course, you go to the health point of view. You look at HIV, You look at pregnancy. Yes?
First complete one, yes.
Okay. You look at HIV, you look at STIs, you look at pregnancy, and then you're going to look at the psychosocial, the person in the whole afterwards. So with the HIV, immediately you have to seek for post-exposure prophylaxis. Then with the pregnancy, you immediately have to get emergency contraceptive a method, okay? Of course, with the STIs, you get when you go to get PEP, they will also have to give you syphilis treatment, gonorrhea treatment, all of it, because you don't know who the rapist was and what they have. Okay. And then at this other side, we were encouraging hepatitis B vaccination. If you are vaccinated, that one will know that if the person raped you, you will not get the hepatitis. But you have to look for those three things immediately. Emergency contraceptives, those ones you can access even from a private pharmacy, because they will not ask you, were you raped or not? I could have just had sex and I want an emergency contraceptive. But if you do not have the money to go to the pharmacy, still the moment you present yourself at the health center and it's a rape case, they have to go give you the three things: prevent unwanted pregnancy, prevent STIs, and prevent HIV. But we know that with the HIV and the pregnancy, all those things have to occur within the first 72 hours. Really, if the person doesn't appear at that time. And let us also not wait for the 68th hour. It should be immediate. The earlier, the better. So when you go there and you're not given the three things, please remind the health workers.